Welcome, friends. Today, we're introducing a new character in our animated world, Freddy the Funny Frog. Freddy isn't just your run-of-the-mill amphibian, no, he's far from ordinary. He's a frog with a flair for humor, a love for laughter, and an irresistible grin that's as wide as a lily pad. Freddy's got a knack for knock-knock jokes, a passion for puns, and a fondness for funny stories. He's the kind of frog that can turn a frown upside down in the blink of an eye. With a sense of humor as vibrant as his green skin, Freddy is always the life of the pond party. Freddy doesn't just hop, he bounces with joy and jest. His laughter is as infectious as a summer breeze, making everyone around him feel lighter and brighter. Now that you've met Freddy, let's jump into a hilarious adventure with him. Every day, Freddy loves to share a joke with his friends in the pond. Today is no exception. So here we go. Freddy clears his throat. The whole pond goes silent in anticipation. Freddy asks, "Why don't frogs ever use cell phones?" The pond is still quiet. Everyone's waiting for the punchline. Then, with a big grin on his face, Freddy says, "Because they're afraid they might croak up the wrong tree." The pond erupts with laughter. Even the grumpy old turtle cracks a smile. Freddy's joke, as always, is a hit. His friends are rolling with laughter, some are even leaping with joy. The joyous laughter echoes around the pond, making it the happiest place in the whole forest. Freddy, our funny frog, has done it again, spreading laughter and happiness among his friends. Oh, Freddy, you always know how to make us laugh. One sunny day, Freddy decides to venture out of the pond for a new adventure. And what an adventure it was. Freddy, with his bright green skin glowing under the sun, hopped off towards the meadow, his heart filled with excitement. As he leapt and bounded with joy, he didn't notice the banana peel lying sneakily on his path. And whoosh! With a swift slip, Freddy found himself sliding down a hill, his little froggy legs flailing in the air. But did that dampen Freddy's spirit? Of course not. He laughed at his own folly, picked himself up and continued on his journey. But the universe, it seemed, was in a playful mood that day. As Freddy hopped through a garden, he got tangled up in a ball of yarn that a kitten had left behind. He spun around like a whirligig, wrapping himself up like a little green present. Yet, even in this tangle, Freddy chuckled at his own predicament. He wriggled and jiggled until he was free and once again on his way. But just as he thought his comical mishaps were over, a gust of wind swept him off his feet and carried him high above the trees. Freddy, the funny frog, was now Freddy, the flying frog. As he soared through the sky, he hooted with laughter. The world below looked so different, and he felt like a bird on an aerial adventure. Eventually, the wind gently set him down, right back at his beloved pond. Freddy had had a day full of mishaps, but he hadn't stopped laughing. He slipped, he spun, he soared, and through it all, he smiled. Because that's our Freddy, always finding humor in the unexpected and joy in the journey. Despite the mishaps, Freddy always finds a reason to laugh. In the midst of his funny mishap, Freddy stumbles upon a friend in need. Now, our jovial joker Freddy, known for his light-hearted antics, found himself in an unexpected situation. As he was bouncing back from his latest comedic calamity, he heard a small voice crying out for help. It was his friend, Benny the bashful butterfly, trapped under a big leaf. Despite his natural inclination to crack a joke or burst into laughter, Freddy knew this wasn't the time for comedy. He had to help Benny. But how? He was a frog, not known for their strength or heroism. Yet Freddy was not just any frog. He was Freddy the Funny Frog, and he was full of surprises. He looked around, his big bulging eyes scanning the environment. He saw a sturdy stick lying nearby. An idea sparked in his mind. With a determined hop, he reached the stick and using all his might, pushed it under the leaf. Then with a great leap, he landed on the other end of the stick. Just like a seesaw, the leaf lifted off the ground, freeing Benny. The little butterfly fluttered out, a smile replacing the fear on his face. He thanked Freddy, his wings shimmering with gratitude. Freddy, feeling a sense of pride and accomplishment, couldn't help but let out a hearty ribbit of joy. But here's the thing about Freddy. Even in a moment of heroism, he couldn't resist being his funny self. So he said, "Benny, next time you decide to play hide and seek, maybe pick a spot that's not so leafy." They both burst into laughter, the forest echoing with their mirth. And that's how our funny frog Freddy turned into a hero. So remember, kiddos, laughter can light up any situation, but when a friend needs help, it's time to hop into action. Just like Freddy, you too can turn a mishap into a moment of unexpected heroism. And that's how our funny frog Freddy turned into a hero. After a day full of laughter and adventures, Freddy and his friends gather around the pond. And so do we, to reflect on the day and the lessons it has taught us. You see, Freddy the Funny Frog is more than just a character who makes us chuckle. He's a teacher, offering us valuable insights through his actions. Firstly, Freddy shows us the value of humor. His jokes, his funny mishaps, they all serve a purpose. They remind us to not take life too seriously, to find joy in the little things, and to use laughter as a bridge that connects us with others. Freddy teaches us that laughter is a universal language, a shared experience that transcends borders and barriers. It's a tool that can turn a stranger into a friend, a gloomy day into a joyful one. Secondly, Freddy underlines the importance of helping others. Remember when he turned into an unexpected hero? That was not because he had superpowers, but because he had a super heart. He showed us that being a hero doesn't mean wearing a cape and flying in the sky. It means lending a helping hand when someone is in need, standing up for what's right, and making a difference, no matter how small. Lastly, Freddy conveys the idea that anyone can be a hero. He's just a small frog in a big pond, but his actions have a significant impact on those around him. He teaches us that size and strength don't define a hero. Courage, kindness, and a good sense of humor do. Freddy's story is one of laughter, adventure, and learning. He may be a tiny frog, but he carries a big message, one that resonates with every one of us. So remember, friends, always keep a smile on your face, a joke in your pocket, and a helping hand ready, just like our friend Freddy the Funny Frog. As the sun sets, Freddy waves goodbye to his friends, promising another day full of laughter and fun. The day has been filled with rib-tickling jokes, funny mishaps, and unexpected heroism, but all good things must come to an end. Yet the ending is only a prelude to a new beginning, just as the day ends with the promise of another dawn. Freddy, with his usual charm and wit, gathers his friends for one last joke of the day. "Why don't frogs ever use cell phones?" he asks, his eyes twinkling with mischief. The meadow is filled with anticipation, everyone eager to hear the punchline. With a dramatic pause, Freddy delivers, "Because they're afraid they'll get a croak in their bill." Laughter echoes across the meadow, the joyous sound a testament to Freddy's infectious humor. The time to part ways draws near, but not before Freddy shares something profound. "Remember, friends," he says, his voice gentle against the quiet hum of the evening, "every day is a chance to laugh, to learn, and to be brave. Let's make the most of it." His words, simple yet powerful, resonate with everyone. The meadow falls quiet, absorbing the depth of Freddy's message, a perfect end to an eventful day. As the sky is painted with hues of orange and red, signaling the end of the day, Freddy's friends begin their journey home, their hearts full of treasured memories and lessons learned. They wave goodbye to Freddy, their voices carrying promises of meeting again, for the meadow will once again be filled with laughter, fun, and adventures with Freddy the Funny Frog. And so the day ends, not with a goodbye, but with a promise of a new day, new jokes, and new lessons. Freddy, our beloved frog, has not just entertained us, but also taught us valuable lessons of life. His spirit, his humor, and his courage are an inspiration to us all. And with a ribbit and a chuckle, Freddy hops off into the sunset. Until next time, friends.